Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about the first lesson of our civics, Introduction to our Constitution. Now, dear students, in the civics textbooks of the previous classes, we saw many reasons why rules are necessary in our lives. We follow norms and rules in order that the activities in the family, our school, our village, or our city are carried out smoothly. There are no rules in a family. However, there are norms about the behavior of members in a family. There are rules in a school regarding admission, uniform, and studies. Different competitions also have their own rules. The administration of our village or city is also carried out in accordance with the rules. Similarly, the administration of our country is carried out through a system of rules. The rules regarding family, school, village, or city are limited in nature, but the rules of provisions about the administrations of a country are much wider in scope. Now see the meaning of constitutions. The book in which all the previous regarding the administration of a country are mentioned together in a systematic way is called a constitution. Constitution means what? The book in which all the provisions regarding the administration of the country are mentioned together in a systematic way is called a constitution. This makes the constitution a written document of a provision related to the administration of the country. Government is established by the representative elected by the people. It is bound to carry out the administration of a country as per the provision of the constitution. The rules and provisions in the constitution are the basic or fundamental law of the land. While making laws, the government is bound to follow the constitution. If it does not do so, then the judiciary can declare those laws null and void or unconstitutional. Next we want to study the provisions in the constitution. The provisions in the constitutions are about different things. For example, citizenship, the right of citizens, the relationship between citizens and the state, subject of the laws to be made by the governments, elections, restrictions on government, jurisdiction of the state, etc. Almost all countries have accepted the principle of governance according to the constitution. Yet, the nature of the constitution of different countries is different. There are differences of history, social structure, culture, traditions, etc. between the countries. Similarly, their needs and objectives also might be different. Each country tries to create a constitution that is not only suited to its needs and objectives, but also is in the tune with its distinct nature. Now, necessity of the constitution. Why the constitution are important? There are several advantages of governing a country with the help of rules of provisions including in a constitution. Why the constitution is important? First, government has to function within a set of rules. These reduce the possibility of the misuse of the power and authority they have been given. A constitution includes the rights and freedom of the citizens. Government cannot take away these rights. Therefore, people's rights and freedoms are safeguarded. Running a country as per the provisions of the Constitution is the same as establishing the rule of law. Then there is no scope for the misuse of power and high-handed administration. If a country is run as per the Constitution, the faith that the common people have in the government increases. They, they then become keen to participating in the activities of the government. Democracy is strengthened due to the increased participation of the people. Now, Constitution present some political ideal before the country. The nation is also born to act in that direction. It creates an atmosphere conducive to attain world peace and security and, and preservation of human rights. Since the Constitution also include the list of citizens' duties, it fixes the responsibility of the citizens as well as what is the administration, what is included in the administration of a country. Government has to make a laws relating to several subjects such as defending the boundaries, protecting the people from external aggressions, eradications of poverty, creating employment, education and health services, encouragement to commerce and industries, protection of the weaker sections, making policies for the progress of women, children and the tribal people, etc. Government has to bring about desirable changes in the society by implementing laws. In short, government in modern times have to take decision related to different issues, right from space research to public cleanliness. This is governance of administration. Having understood the meaning of constitution and governance, we shall now see how the Indian Constitution has made. Now we will see how the Indian Constitution has made, who had taken more effort to making our constitutions. The background to the making of the Constitution. The process of making of the Indian Constitution started in 1946. The leaders of the freedom movement insisted that independent India will be governed not by the laws made by the British, but by laws made by Indians themselves. A committee was established to prepare the Constitution of Independent India. It come to known as the Constituent Assembly. Now Constituent Assembly. Now you know that India became independent on August 15, 1947. Before that, the British ruled over India. They had divided India into provinces like Bombay, Bengal and Madras. For the convenience of administration, the administration in these provinces was carried out by people's representatives. Similarly, the local princes were carrying out the administration in some areas. Such areas were known as princely states and their chiefs were known as princes. The representative of the provinces and the princely states were included in the Constituent Assembly. There were a total of 299 members in the Constituent Assembly. When that assembly was prepared by making the constitutions, total 299 members were there in this Constitution Assembly. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the President of Constituent Assembly. In our India's first President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he was the President of Constituent Assembly. The contributions of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Now, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. He had studied in depth the constitutions of different countries of the world. He studied and completed day and night to draft our constitution. The draft constitutions prepared by him was presented by the Constituent Assembly. It was discussed article by article. Many amendments were suggested by different members. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar handled the task of presenting the draft, answering the various questions raised on it, making changes in the draft as per the suggestion of the Constitutional Assembly, and making every provision of the Constitution fearless. Due to his contribution towards the making of the Constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar called as a architect of Indian Constitution. Now students, now see the members, those who are there in the Constituent Assembly. Among them, some are there. Now we are see who were there in Constituent Assembly. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Sarojini Naidu, J.P. Kripalani, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, Durgabai Deshmukh, Hansaben Mehta, and others. These were some members in the Constitution Assembly. The noted legal expert was B.N. Rao, was appointed as the constitutional advisor and legal matter. Now see, the Constituent Assembly enacted the Constitution and adopted it on 26th November 1949. Therefore, 26th November is observed as a Constitution Day. The country began to be governed according to the provision of the Constitution from 26th January 1950. The Indian Republic came into existence from this day. Therefore, 26th January is celebrated as a Republic Day. So dear students, we will see in next video.